So today's video is sponsored by GSI. Morning. This morning we're starting out. We're taking the off-road truck down to the neighbors. So this is the neighbor that has the old government buildings, the old Navy Yard, or the munitions plant. They are redoing a lot of their buildings, and they asked if they could use our off-road truck to haul off some rock. So Dad said, yep, and here we are. Here, and I realized that I made a boo-boo. We switched varieties on this rain delay of planting this field. And I went from planting a Chem Consultants variety to planting a Pioneer variety. I've planted both those varieties in years past. And I think what happened is when I entered those varieties into the monitor last year, I accidentally classified the Chem Consultants variety as soybeans. So when I went and loaded this field up and put in that Pioneer variety, it was classified as wheat, which it's supposed to be. And now I don't have coverage data because according to my ag leader, it thinks I have beans in half the field and wheat in half the field. So just goes to show you, data is only as good as you input it, and I inputted it wrong. Input it wrong. There we go. Turns out it was a good idea to not come down here and plant yesterday. The ground is still, well, it's a lot wetter than I was expecting. I guess it didn't really dry out much yesterday. But it is October 24th, and we need to get this wheat in the ground, so here we go. So if you've been following this channel very long, you know that we just took on a pretty big dryer project. Part of it's still going on as far as moving our old GSI dryer to a new location and setting it up, but our new GSI dryer, it is up and going. And one product that dryer has that I'm really appreciating right now, since our dryer is running and we have a wet bin full of 25,000 bushels of corn that I need to have dried so that we can, run corn in a few days, is the GSI Connect app. So today, none of us are going to be around that dryer most of the day. Like Dad might still be over there fueling up and greasing and everything, but I'm planting wheat. He's moving to another farm to go harvest beans. My brother's going to be running the cart for him. The guy at Truck Source, he's going to be coming over here to this old grain setup. What I'm saying is no one's going to be around that dryer. So we'll have no way of knowing. Previously, we would have had no way of knowing if that dryer is shut off until we went over there. Well, now we have a GSI Connect. So here I can see exactly what our dryer is doing. So right now our dryer is running. We are running 932 bushels per hour. We've dried 57,000 bushels so far through this dryer this year. So we've been pretty fortunate, and a lot of our corn has actually been coming out of the field pretty dry. Now we did get into some 21%, 22% corn yesterday, a lot of 20. So that's why we're drying it. But we can also change things on the dryer right now. We can check our stats. We can see what kind of moisture we've had coming in and out of the dryer over the previous few hours. Pretty neat. We can see our exiting moisture. Now, full disclosure, this sensor, you do need to clean these periodically. I believe ours is still fairly accurate at the moment, but that is something we'll have to check manually from time to time, just make sure our sensors are still accurate. We can see our grain temperature. We're coming out of the dryer. Looks like we're coming out at 99 degrees, which is fine because we're using our fans in our bin to cool it, and then we are transferring grain out of our smaller GSI bins into our bigger GSI bin. So that works pretty well. I know it is reassuring at night that I can check this sitting in my bed and not have to make a trip over to the dryer. So you can turn your dryer off from this app. You cannot start it though. I believe there's some liability safety issues there, but that's basically the only thing you can't do from this app on this dryer. So yeah, I like that a lot. Hopefully we see that thing say 67,000 bushel relatively soon. That way, that'll pretty much catch us up. It's been drying all night. I think since last night when I shut the combine down, we've dried right around 11,000 bushels, so yeah, just keep digging into that wet bin. Oh no! It does figure that it would happen when we're at the other end of the field and have to deadhead back. So we are putting on a pretty heavy rate of seed here, putting on 174 pounds per acre right now. So with that, we're only planting 47 acres on a fill-up. Now, one of the reasons we're planting such a heavy rate is because of the time of the year. A little bit later, so we want to put on a little bit heavier rate. We have a seed shipment from Chem Consultants coming in the morning, but what I have left will run us for today, because Dad is harvesting the next field that I'm going to plant after we leave here, so kind of waiting on him. All right, I just got over here to the farm. I'm going to go get the forklift. We got 4 boxes of Pioneer seed we're going to load up. But first, let's walk over here and check out the dryer. As the app said, it is still running, and I'll show you like I guess the box that makes it usable for us to do this. I think I can show you that while it's running. Maybe I better check that out. So it's a little loud over here. Got my little handy mic over here, so hopefully that'll cancel it out and you guys can hear me. Getting a little deep over here. So I'm not going to open this box when everything's running, but basically, in behind this control panel, there's a box plumbed into that, and it's using cell data, and that's the antenna for it. We don't even have to have Wi-Fi to do this. Or an internet connection. This is a cell plan. So there's a slight cell fee associated with it, but it's really not too bad. Basically, if you've got a cell cam for deer hunting, same thing basically. About the same concept. But yeah, works great. Really appreciate the fact we don't have to have an internet connection over there, because we don't have internet right there. Anyways, let's go get the forklift and get back to planting wheat. The other day someone commented, even their forklifts have cabs, and said we were real soft. Listen, I prefer this thing not to have a cab, but this is the one we found. It was the best deal, and it has a cab. I take these doors off in a heartbeat. How many times you get in and out of a forklift when you're using one? At least I do. A lot. A little tight in here right now. Little tight. I think we need about 4 more pieces of equipment. We got a big building, and it's completely empty, and everything's shoved in here. Now that's just for now, though. Eventually, a lot of this stuff will be in the shop. For example, the combine, pretty dirty. Plus, it's kind of a fear of ours that one night we'll put a combine in the building and find out we had a bearing smoked or something and come back and see a pile of ashes. I've heard it's happened before, people. Wish me luck. So one thing cool about these mics right now, you guys can still hear me like I'm sitting right in front of the camera. I like that. Well, I definitely thought that this tender was completely empty, and it's not. That's all right. That's okay. We'll only put 3 boxes in now, because that'll be all we can hold anyways. All right, we can hold that much. That'll be a full fill. That'll be perfect. All right, let's get this thing loaded up. It would appear that we finally have dried out on top. Sun came out, it's warmed up quite a bit. I think it's probably in the 60s now.
Yeah, if you want to bring my truck all down here.
Making a little bit of dust finally. What do we have here? Looks like we have a balloon. I've stated my opinion of balloons before. I'll state it again. They're cool. Don't release them into the air. They end up out here. So I'm going to head over to the next place. We have a few patch fields left that have been harvested. Head over and do those. I think we have enough seed to do them. One of them's probably a little bit too wet, but there's 2 other fields right beside it that should be drier a little bit higher up. And and then we'll be waiting on seed. So down in this hole here, we have a 13, a 14, and a 4. Now the 14 acres is the first one here. Like I say, it's going to be a little wet, so we're not going to plant it today because I only have enough seed to plant about 20 acres anyways. So I will plant this. Probably be one of the last fields I do just because it's going to be one of the wettest. It's pretty wet, and after that 2 inches of rain, even with as dry as it was, this one's going to stay wet for a little bit. Do what we can, and then yeah, tomorrow we'll be waiting on seed. Now Chem Consultants is supposed to have me enough seed to finish everything by 8:30 in the morning, so I'll really try to get this wheat all buttoned up tomorrow because I'm tired of planting wheat. I definitely thought that I'd plant this whole wheat crop in 2 to 3 days. Now, there's been several circumstances that have prevented that from happening, but I'm tired of it. I want to be in a combine. I enjoy planting, but it's harvest season. I want to be harvesting. Goat pathing it to the next one. Got a little 4-acre field up here, and then we'll pretty well be out of seed. So we're going to park this thing in the shop and steal Dad or BJ's truck and go see if they need any help harvesting beans, or if I can relieve Jeff so he can go home. It's it's about 6 o'clock now. It'll be dark here in about an hour. I think Dad said he had moved to a really crooked field beside our house. I would say that's going to be where he's going to end. It's about 35 acres, but it's so inefficient. It takes entirely too long, so hopefully he can finish that up tonight. Our door? I think so. Can I hop in here? Alright. Steal Dad's gator. Dad's kind of talking like these are some of our best beans, which makes sense. This is one of our wettest fields. We've been in a drought. Our beans have been extremely consistent at 50 to 55, and this field's making 60. So they're not super great beans. They're just better than the rest of them have been. Go hop in with Bubby. Haven't seen him much today. Hans, will you be okay by yourself? Feel free to get out or stay right there. It's up to you. What? What happened?
You're brave riding around out here after dark in the dust.
Oh, you couldn't see me?
You went right in front of me.
You didn't see me go by you?
I was on my phone.
Oh, the truth comes out.
Shut your door.
I want to get it dusty in here. Hey everybody, I definitely forgot to sign off on this video, but thanks for watching. If you would, do me a favor and thumbs up the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't and you're enjoying it. And drop us a comment. We'll see you in the next video.